Hey, it's Mosquito, also known as Chris. Welcome to the shop. Something I haven't done in a while. What's in my shop? Probably won't be the same thing that I did before. That was kind of like a weekly update thing, but I don't know, I just haven't done one in a while, and I kind of feel like documenting the shop at the moment. So that's more or less what this is. It's going to be more of a progressive cleaning tracking. Because, yeah, it is definitely in need of that. So that's kind of what we're going to do now. We're going to do not really a shop tour, but more of a holy crap, I need to clean up the shop tour. So, yeah, here, start in the corner, I've got a nice, fun collection of planes, but all my hand tool stuff here, just shavings all over the place that I got to clean up because I'm in the middle of projects. I've been working on some window casings, and these are kind of the window stools, the part that goes on the bottom. So I'm in the middle of some basement remodel stuff that has been taking up a lot of time, and part of the problem I run into is when things start taking a lot of time, I just try to get them done, and then this happens. So, yeah, I guess we'll kind of go around this way. It's similar mess, lots of stuff from the table saw, lots of stuff on the table saw that I need to get put away. Similar sort of, too many things going on. I just need to get stuff unburied. So much stuff. Might as well start now, right? Put the clamp away on the way through. Here, I mean, the joiner's not terrible. I need to go through and reset it up, though, because I had adjusted it for doing something specific for the window casings that I've been working on for the basement, and now it's all sort of out of whack at the moment, so I need to just kind of fix that. Planer's fine. However, I need to do something with all of this. This used to be over in that corner over there to the left of the dust collector there, and I got a portable air conditioner last year, or well, I guess technically it is last year, this past summer, because it's stupid hot, humid annoyance of a summer kind of got to me. So anyway, this scrap bin needs to get taken care of. It's probably going to end up being just throwing a bunch of stuff away. It was originally going to be like, just keep it for the little scraps and decent sized scraps. And anyway, so I mean, there's some stuff in here that I probably shouldn't keep, but probably will. But there's a lot of stuff in here that I was intending to kind of just keep around and, have a fire from time to time and burn it. And it's sort of what this bucket is, which actually I have gone through probably 2 buckets of that. Those are all scraps from some bowl blanks and various other turning blanks that I cut up, and so those are the pieces that I won't be able to use for that. There's some other kind of pieces in this scrap bin, but it just needs to go away. It's kind of in the way, and I've been doing a lot better. Well, I say that. I had been doing a lot better with throwing scraps away instead of just throwing them in there, but these are all the scraps from the window casings. But that's a little bit different because those are just offcuts, and most of them are still like, 2.5, 3 feet long. So they're still usable for plenty of other things. It's just not for the window that I was framing out or putting molding around. So anyway, this needs to get out of here. I need to get rid of it. It's just in the way. So that's one of the things I need to tackle. And look at that. Progress has been made. Perfect. One clamp put away. Done for the night. Let's go home. Yeah, so the lathes over here in the corner, I was working on some Christmas projects earlier, well, month and a half ago now already, but the mess that those left behind were, well, not small, as most messes on the lathe are, and I did not put them away, or clean them up, rather, so there's a lot of stuff that's kind of still out that I need to just, again, put away, but then I was consumed by the basement remodel, so I just decided not to, and, well, here we are. So, something else that I need to clean up. That's pretty much the theme here. It's just me showing all the crap I need to clean up. Maybe we'll have another update in a month, and we'll see where things stand then. But I have some longer scrap pieces. Well, I say scrap, but just leftovers from other projects, because especially with 2x4s, I like to buy one or two extra for whatever I'm making, because then if I cut one wrong and I need to redo it, or if the board is just junk, like I've had some that just twist and bow like crazy once you get them home and they start drying out from the lumber yard. And so those I'm gonna just put up here. This is some wood storage. This is kind of the more what I call junk wood. It's just like 2x4s and plywood scraps and cheap plywood scraps that, well, actually, speaking of more stuff I should get rid of, a lot of this plywood actually that's up here was from paneling the ceiling and the walls. So I've actually had that up there for like 3.5, 4 years. So, you know, things that I probably should get rid of, but honestly, I've actually chewed through probably about 2/3 of it now. So that is getting used, because there's times when you want plywood and don't want to get nice plywood because you don't care. So more wood storage up there. That'll probably stay the same. I don't know. I might try to start not storing wood. Like I might try and start using the wood that I have and then just not store wood in the shop. Maybe have this rack, maybe the top 2 shelves for that. You know, maybe move some stuff up. But the problem is this veneer. So there's veneer in here. These are 2 large and quite heavy shelves. And I just taped them together. They're only taped on one side now, but I have my veneer between those 2 to keep it flat. And so that's kind of the problem. I want to keep that way, but not necessarily use all this space for lumber storage, because I feel like I could get better use out of some of my wall space rather than just having all this lumber storage here. But I don't really know where to put it, because I know a lot of people that have taller ceilings. I've got 9.5, almost 10-foot tall ceilings, 9'8" technically. I know some people that have wood storage and just storage in general above their garage doors. The problem for me is that the people that built the garage put in an 8-foot tall garage door. So I lose out a foot. And then with the spring and all that, I, you know, don't have that much room. So I have some photo paper up over there in the corner, or the one side, that I use very infrequently, which is why I don't mind having to climb up on a ladder to go get it. But anyway, it's something that I've been struggling with a little bit, is wood storage, like where I'm going to put it. And I just don't really like using up the wall space. I guess it's not so bad because it's up higher. So maybe if I can just build some sort of a clamp rack, or just better store my clamps out. But over here I've got the bandsaws. I need to clean some junk off and just generally reorganize where I have them. I need to find a good home for my, I guess, log bucking stand. I don't know. The stand that I use to cut logs for turning blanks. I'm probably going to end up just sticking that here. Well, I got to get this stuff out of the way. So anyway, lots of stuff just needs to shuffle around. I do eventually want to kind of reconfigure where my bandsaws are and how those are set up. But first things first, I just need to get everything cleaned up. The drill press, again, more stuff. I need to get better drill bit storage, because I'm doing the thing you're not supposed to do and things just end up in a box. So, or worse, not in a box. And yeah, so I need to figure out a better way to store my drill bits and whatnot, whether that means building a new cart, something to store all that stuff in, because I've got storage underneath it, but that's all full of non-drill related stuff. This is all window casing parts. So some of this is extra because, again, you know, just in case you screw up, I'd hate to have to run to the store to get more because I screwed up one cut. I'd rather return it later, or just, you know what, return it later. I'm not going to just throw it up on the rack, because quite frankly, I don't really need it for much. But anyway, this just needs to get cleaned up. Now that I'm done building the window casings, I can start to clean all this stuff up. This over here needs to get cleaned up. I'm looking to try and get all of the stuff off of this one mobile workbench, because this is the one that I usually use now, because I built this little extension to get stuff down and out of the way, which is pretty nice. And I have a couple of drawers here. But yeah, need to put the miter saw away somewhere now that I'm not needing it for the window stuff, at least until I need to do trim work for baseboards and whatnot. And this stuff needs to go away. Need to find a home for the air compressor, which is new-ish, new within the last month, for, again, window project related stuff. A lot of this stuff that needs to go away, some shipping boxes, some power tool boxes. I just need to put the power tools back away. I need to clean up this station here. It kind of turned into, well, one, a catch-all, but two, the saw station. So I had these two machines. This one is a fully retoother. This one is a fully automatic filer. So this one will cut teeth in a saw plate. This one will file teeth and sharpen them. I need to find a place for those to land. They kind of ended up here because it was space that I had in a hurry. The retoother's not heavy, but the filer is quite heavy. I mean, not quite as heavy as like the bandsaw or the joiner or even the drill press probably, but I mean, it's still not light, so it's not really something that I'm just gonna, throw on a shelf and then put it somewhere else when I'm gonna use it. It's wherever it goes, it's gonna have to either be mobile or where it's gonna live. So that's one of those things that I need to figure out too, is where to put that and the other machine, I guess. This one, like I said, it's not that heavy, so this one I could throw on a shelf, the retoother, and just pull out when I need it. But yeah, I still need to figure out where to put that, which is part of, again, wall space would be something that would be nice to regain by figuring out a better solution for clamps. Or at least, I don't want to say better, because like I said, I like that it's organized, it looks good, and I'm fine with it, other than the wall space. So, just a more space efficient clamp storage. And then I've got the CNC over here. I should probably, well, I need to clean off the top of it. There's a lot of stuff up on top. One project and then some other random stuff. The weights I'll leave because I use those to glue stuff down under the table with painter's tape, but I just need to get rid of some of the other stuff. And then kind of go through the scraps and the material and figure out what's still good and what's really just junk that I need to get rid of, and then get rid of it. I wouldn't mind coming up with a better solution for storing router bits and screws and that kind of stuff. That's kind of what this turned into. I mean, it works, but I feel like I could probably come up with a better solution than just some shelves that the previous owner left behind. I really want to get this shelf probably just either torn down or repurposed. I had two of them, and that's actually what this computer desk / computer bench, workbench thing turned into. So it's just one of those, in a side-by-side configuration instead of the stacked. And then I put this tabletop thing on it that I made out of some plywood and some, most of just random strips of wood that I had, and old, well, not old, but leftover vinyl plank flooring. So that was part of a different section of the basement remodel floor. So, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that shelf, because I want to, either I want to get rid of it and just not have another catch-all everything, because that's kind of what it turned into. There's just a lot of stuff all over it. Stuff that I don't use frequently, stuff that I use somewhat frequently, stuff that shouldn't be there. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind keeping it there, but using it more focused, having a more specific purpose than just a set of shelves, because that's kind of what it is now. I've got an HVLP gun that I haven't used in a while, but I do use on occasion. So somewhere less convenient would be okay. A tote full of stuff that's moved from my apartment to the previous house to here that I should just go through and try and get rid of. Some tools that I do use, like the hacksaw, there's a pine box in here that has some of the stuff that I use for a 45, but the rest of the 45 is down in there, except for it's on my bench because I'm using it. But some wood, some random wine bottle holders, and basically a tool chest for a 45 that's in my display cabinet and whatever. But so that I kind of want to get rid of and clean up and organize a little bit better. Use it for something else, maybe saxophones, maybe computer related stuff, so I can clear out that one to make it a little bit more just like current project, which is sort of what it was on this side. Like it was hardware on one side and then the current project stuff on this side, but then the current project just sort of bleh. So that needs to get cleaned up. And then I've got a lot of boxes over here that just need to go away because, I mean, boxes that just ended up out here because they were stuff that were out here, like a humidifier and the air compressor and blah, blah, blah. So stuff just needs to get generally cleaned up. I don't know, lots of cleaning to be done all around, just general shop maintenance. And then from there, I want to do some shop reorganization just to get a little bit better handle on everything. So yeah, that's the shop in a nutshell. Small tornado, but yeah, anyway, as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate the group of you that stuck around this far. It wasn't really an exciting video, just basically me saying, holy crap, I have a problem, I need to fix it. So hopefully this helps with that, because that's kind of the intention of it, is just sort of something to take a look back, hopefully make some progress here soon, and just be able to say, hey, you know, I cleaned out where the lathes go and I got all that stuff put away, and now I'm starting to work over here, and now we're actually making some progress. So it's, I mean, it's, I don't want to make it sound like it's this huge, horrible thing, because honestly, as bad as it is, it's only been this way for maybe a month. And in the grand scheme of things, between work and just life in general, and the fact that I'm doing a bunch of different things, not necessarily shop related, it's not surprising to me at all that it got like this, just because it's, I mean, it happens. You know, there's things, it's like, well, I really want to get these Christmas projects done, but I'm also working on this and that. So it's like, well, I've got limited time because of XYZ and excuse. So I'm not surprised, but I just need to do something about it. So that's what this is. All right. Yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching, and I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.